Hey, it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. Let's talk about our weight loss goals and resolutions. So it's January 3rd, and just like everyone else, Jonathan and I are back to it. And so I figured it was time for me to sit down and kind of do like a weight loss update slash New Year's resolution slash January goals, you know, one of those type videos. So just before I sat down to film this video, I rewatched my January 2018 video, and then I also rewatched my December goal video that I just filmed last month. And if you would like to watch either one of those, I'll have a link for both of them up in the eye. And I took a bunch of notes. I kind of want to talk about how 2018 went a little bit, like a little recap. I want to talk about how December went, and I also want to talk about my goals for 2019 and my New Year's resolutions and what my goals are just for the month of January. I am also going to be doing a live weigh-in, or live weigh-in, to see just how much damage I did over the holidays. Spoiler alert, I did not do very well. Alright, so let's start with January's video from last year. And I actually had talked about in that video how I went off for the holidays, but Jonathan was able to stay pretty strict keto. And this year I feel like I actually did better for the holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas for me were a lot better than they were last year, so that's definitely a thumbs up. I feel like overall though, for the last couple of months, I talked about this in the last video, I feel like I haven't been doing that great. Also last year I talked about how bad going off keto makes me bloated. Look at this video. I'm in my closet because the lighting is just like 100 times better in here. And it was hard to get a good shot out there. But y'all can see right here, it is like really poofy and sticky outy. Normally it's actually a lot flatter right here. I do have the overhang, like the muffin top. That's just because I have the B-shaped belly. That's how it's always been. I have the pooch down here. That's like super droopy. So these are all my old stretch marks. I think they still look pink on the camera at least. And they kind of still do in the mirror, but they're definitely old. But yeah, this is from when I was at my heaviest. But yeah, I'm definitely very bloated. It's super hard and quite uncomfortable. I'm so bloated, guys. It's so uncomfortable. It makes my stomach hurt so bad. Like sleeping on my stomach hurts, and it's just an awful feeling, and I don't know why I constantly put myself through it. Last year, I started taking collagen supplements for my hair, and the change of my hair from last year's video to now, my hair is so much better. It was about 4 months on keto. My hair got really limp and lifeless and just was awful. I started taking the collagen supplements in my coffee, and I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's that or just like, or maybe a combination of that and my body getting, used to being on keto or whatever. But my hair has definitely bounced back, thank goodness, because it was rough. Let's talk a little bit about my overall weight loss for the year. I lost about 30 pounds in 2018, which I go back and forth from feeling like I did a good job to feeling like I could have done better. And I think that that's okay. I think it's okay to feel both of those feelings, because it's like that's what's gonna keep me motivated to push harder and do better next time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to beat myself up over the feeling of that I could have done better, but I can use that feeling of I could have done better to push myself to be better. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about my goals that I had set for December and how I did. So my first goal for December was to not gain during the holiday season and just maintain at 243. So let's go get on the scale real quick. All right, it's the moment of truth. So I'm just gonna turn it on. Okay, so this is at the setting where it's gonna calculate like my body fat percentage, and I'm just gonna put the camera over here because I don't wanna count the camera weight, but as soon as it stops, I'll show you what the scale says. Okay. Focus. Hurry. Focus. Focus or it's gonna go away. Oh my god. gosh, it says 294.4. Okay, there we go. So first of all, I said 294 and I meant 249. So as you can see, I did gain weight. That's a big bummer. But it is what it is. So let's talk about my non-scale goals that I had for December. I wanted to keep up with tracking, which I had gotten into towards the end of November. And I did pretty well for half of December. And then we went on vacation, and then I came back and was tracking, and then I went off tracking again, and then I just like quit for the rest of the month. So I was like, that's like a half check. I wanted to keep up with my accountability Instagram, which is Good Keto Bad Girl. I have done really well at that. I did take a break towards the end of the year. Like I said, in between Christmas and New Year's, I just basically was like, okay, look, I'm not doing well, and I'm just going to take a break, and I'll come back in a couple of days. And I did. I came back, I think yesterday was my first official day back, and I'm happy to be back. And the last non-scale goal was to join Planet Fitness. Jonathan and I had talked about how we were ready to go back, and we actually did decide that we were gonna wait because of money reasons, because there's always all these incentives to sign up after the first of the year. So that one didn't get done, but I don't consider it a failure. We decided to put that one off until this month. Okay, so overall for the month of December, obviously I feel like it wasn't a good month. I had a pretty significant gain, and honestly it was really difficult to come on here and talk about it, but I know so many of y'all follow me for my true journey, and that's what I am documenting. I am a real person who is truly trying to change my life and make this a lifestyle, and that means that sometimes it's not gonna be perfect. I also feel like I really shouldn't make excuses for myself, and I just need to put on my big girl pants and just keep on trucking. And so that's what I'm doing. So I've set myself some goals for the month of January as well as for the year for 2019. Let's talk about them now. So for January, I want to continue tracking. I want to lose my holiday weight, and I want to join Planet Fitness as long as that's financially okay for our budget. I just know that December was like really tight, so between our vacation and Christmas and everything. But we shouldn't have any reason why we can't join for January. So for 2019, I want to get back into weight training, weightlifting. I really enjoyed lifting weights. Anytime that I've ever been a member at a gym, I've always enjoyed weight training, so I'm really excited to get back into that. So that's definitely one of my #1 goals for 2019. And I want to figure out a way to actually do it right. I mean, that isn't, I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I want to figure out a proper regimen for weight training is basically what I'm trying to say. I would just go to the machine and I would put it on, like, let's say like the leg press, and I know that I could do 100 pounds. So I put it on 100 pounds, I do 10 at 100, then I would move it to the next setting, so like 110 or whatever, and I would do 10 at 110, and then I would move it to the next setting, and I would do 10 at 120, and then I would move to the next machine, and I'd do the same thing. And so I would do 3 sets of 10 with like the weights progressing up in like 5 or 10 increments. I don't know if that's the right way to do it, so I need to do a little bit of research, maybe watch some YouTube videos and figure out the proper way to be like doing weight training, because I didn't feel like I ever was gaining any additional strength. Like, I felt like the entire 2 years that I was doing it, I was still continuing to do the same amount of weights as I was the day that I walked into the gym. And I feel like that would be a really great topic for me to have as like its own separate video, like me like a beginner's weight training type video. So let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in the comments. And the last thing I have for 2019 is to make it better than 2018. 2018 was a great year for us. 2017 was a great year for us, and let's make 2019 a great year for us. Overall, I feel like I'm really happy with how we're doing. And yes, we have minor setbacks, and yes, we gain weight sometimes, and we go off plan, and that may be just for a day, it may be for a week, it may be for a month, but I feel like at the end of all of it, we still keep our eyes focused on the goal. We may stop, we may take a break, you know, we might veer off a little bit, but we're always focused you know, ahead to what our final goal is, and that is weight loss on keto. So those are my goals for January and how I did for December, and my, you know, resolutions for 2019. Let me know down in the comments if you've set any goals for yourself for January, or if you have any New Year's resolutions. I'd love to hear about them. Subscribe if you're new to my channel so you can follow along on Jonathan and I's weight loss journey. Don't forget to click that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make the saran wrap ball